billion of us own a smartphone, and we know how addicting it can be. One former Google employee says, "This is no accident. Indeed, it is by design." And he became troubled by the relentless efforts of app developers to keep us glued to the gadgets.
So the goal is to keep us on our devices longer. Why?
For any company whose business model is advertising or engagement-based advertising, meaning they care about the amount of time someone spends on the product, they make more money the more time people spend. So the game becomes, how can I throw different persuasive techniques to get people to stay, to spend as long as possible, and to come back?
If the thought process that went into building these applications, Facebook being the first of them to really understand it, that thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while because someone liked or commented on a photo or a post or whatever. And that's going to get you to contribute more content, and that's going to get you, more likes and comments. I mean, it's a social validation feedback loop that it's like it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting vulnerability in human psychology. And I think that the inventors, creators, and it's me, it's Mark, it's Kevin Systrom at Instagram, it's all of these people understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
I think in the back, deep recesses of our minds, we kind of knew something bad could happen. But I think the way we defined it was not like this. It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are. And I would encourage all of you, as the future leaders of the world, to really internalize how important this is. If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you. If you push back on it, we have a chance to control it and rein it in. And it is a point in time where people need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. And it's not an American problem. This is not about Russian ads. This is a global problem. So we are in a really bad state of affairs right now, in my opinion. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave by and between each other. And I don't have a good solution. My solution is I just don't use these tools anymore. Bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want. It's a really, really bad state of affairs. And we compound the problem, right? We curate our lives around this perceived sense of perfection because we get rewarded with these short-term signals, hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth. And instead what it really is fake, brittle popularity. That's short-term, and that leaves you even more, and admit it, vacant and empty before you do it. You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
اگر به چیزی معتاد شوید، زندگیتان به آن متمرکز می شود و دشمنتان شما را از طریق چیزی که به آن تمرکز دارید به راحتی می تواند کنترل کند. کنترل نمودن کسی از طریق شبکه‌های اجتماعی تنها به این معنی نیست که عکس یا ویدیوی او را داشته باشید، بلکه شما می توانید برنامه‌هایی را نیز در آن شبکه‌ها قرار دهید که رفتار او را تغییر داده و اخلاق و عقاید او را از بین ببرید و اینکه او را از ارزش‌های واقعی دور سازید و این دقیقاً کاری است که آنها با شما می‌کنند. آنها ذهنتان را با این چیزها مصروف می‌سازند تا اینکه به موارد مهم زندگی خود وقت نداشته باشید. به بیان دیگر، شما را با این شبکه‌ها برده سیستم خود می‌سازند و شیطان با این ابزار مخصوص وقت شما را می‌دزدد. چون با یک صفحه‌ای که حاوی محتویات نامحدود است شما را به دام انداخته و عمرتان را می‌مکد. در حقیقت تنها نشستید و با آن شبکه‌ها مصروف هستید و تصور می‌کنید با همه دنیا در ارتباط هستید. این چنین است که مردم را از هم جدا ساخته و جوامع را رهبری می‌کند. پیامبر صلی الله علیه و سلم می‌فرماید پاهای فرزند آدم در روز قیامت تکان نخواهد خورد و به هیچ طرفی نمی‌روند تا اینکه در مورد 4 چیز از او پرسیده شود. در مورد عمرش که چگونه آن را گذرانده است، مثلا کسانی که به شبکه‌های اجتماعی معتاد هستند و فکر می‌کنند که مثلا 5000 فالوور دارم، می‌دانید به آنها یک حس موفقیت دروغین دست می‌دهد. وقتی بعد از سپری کردن چندین ساعت و مصروف بودن با این شبکه‌ها به آنها بگویی و بپرسی که برای زندگی روزمره چه کرده ای و یا چه کار مثبتی برای خویشاوندانت، فرزندانت، همسایت و یا برای امت اسلام انجام دادی، میگوید من چیزی را در اینستاگرام پست کردم، 200 لایک گرفتم. آفرین بر تو کار بزرگی انجام داده ای و طوری راه میروند که گویی واقعا دستاورد مهمی داشتند.
Amazing, and our lives have become so attached to it that it brings unnecessary stress and unnecessary sadness. Why? Because you're so caught up with how other people are living their lives that the only thing you can see in your life is what's missing. And you stop seeing what you have. And really I find it interesting, and again forgive me, these are just my personal. Have we become so shallow that I need to let the world know where I am, what I'm eating, where I'm going, and who I'm with? And have you become so shallow that you need to follow people now? I understand, like people take selfies. Just had lunch. Wallahi, look, it's funny, but wallahi, you don't understand the effects it has on individuals, even marriages. And I'm telling you, and maybe this is a bit extreme, but I believe that people are living a lie. Girls who take these, even guys now, what's the post called? When you do this, I don't know what it's called, but anyway. So, people who take selfies and then put it up on the internet, I find it amazing. If you're so sincere, why don't you take a photo as soon as you wake up in the morning? While you still got those things in your eyes. No, the picture is selected. The picture is selected. And I always take a photo when I'm on a holiday or I'm having something, right? And I go to extreme efforts to show the world that I'm living the life. But in truth, you're not living the life. You're a human being like everyone else. And what tends to happen is, and really, wallahi, I say to people, even if you are happy, don't show it to the world. Because people will start to hate on you, they will start wishing to have what you have, and they will start wishing that Allah takes what you have and gives it to them. But my brother and sister, Allah didn't give you that. Allah says, I'm not going to question you on things I haven't given you. Why do you make things difficult on yourself? Brothers who drive around all day, working all day, looking at every woman that comes his way, admiring and lusting, and Allahu Akbar, he comes home and he says to me, man, I'm sick of my wife. Yeah, of course you're sick of your wife. Had you spent 10% of the time you spent looking at other people's women, had you just spent that time looking at what Allah gave you, maybe you would appreciate her as well. But you don't. You're looking at the things that don't belong to you. You look at things that are not yours. You're trying to live the life that is not yours. Wallahi, just live your life.
شبکه‌های اجتماعی از جمله بزرگترین فتنه‌های این زمان هستند. چنین آسان‌ترین راه برای دشمنتان شیطان است که شما را کنترل نموده و مصروف خواهشات غلط بسازد. و این چیزی است که شیطان آن را بسیار دوست دارد. به خاطر داشته باشید زمانی که چیزی را در اینترنت پخش می‌کنید یا می‌نویسید که محتوای آن انعکاس دهنده بد اخلاقی باشد، عده کثیری از مردم آن را خواهند دید و می‌خوانند. و هنگامی که فردی آن را ببیند گناهی در حساب شما افزوده می شود و شما در قبال آن نزد پروردگار عالم مسئول هستید. بعضی از کلمات هستند که ما آن را در مجالس واقعی می گوییم و بعضی هم از کلماتی هستند که آن را در اینترنت پخش می کنید و هیچ کنترلی ندارید و نمی دانید که چقدر از مردم آن را خواهند دید و خواهند خواند. این چیزی نیست که فقط به زبان می گوییم، چون وقتی چیزی را می نویسیم کسی دیگری آن را می خواند و آن را تکرار می کند. می دانید که خیلی از مردم حتی در کشور خودمان هستند که اسلام را ترک کرده‌اند و بر اثر مشغول بودن با شبکه‌های اجتماعی مثل اینستاگرام، تیک تاک، فیسبوک و برنامه‌های از این قبیل کافر شده‌اند و آنها در صفحات فتنه انگیزی داخل می شوند و علم هم ندارند که با آن مبارزه کنند. همچنان زمانی که یک مطلب ضد اخلاقی را لایک می کنید، این لایک شما باعث می شود که آن شبکه اجتماعی آن محتوای ضد اخلاقی را به تعداد بیشتری از مردم پیشنهاد کند. حالا تصور کنید که گناه شما چقدر بزرگ خواهد بود اگر چنین محتوایی را لایک یا با دیگران شیر کنید. هنوز هم فکر می کنید تمام اینها تصادفی هستند؟ ببینید چه کسی در پشت مأموریت متا، فیسبوک، اینستاگرام و واتساپ دست دارد.
It is a warm hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What? Oh, my
really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a look. What is it?
Making the world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret vault. Look at that, making the world open and connected. Stream graph platform and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
According to Department of Homeland Security reports, Facebook has replaced almost every other CIA information gathering program since it was launched in 2004.
After years of secretly monitoring the public, we were astounded so many people would willingly publicize where they live, their religious and political views, an alphabetized list of all their friends' personal email addresses, phone numbers, hundreds of photos of themselves, and even status updates about what they were doing moment to moment. It is truly a dream come true for the CIA.
Much of the credit belongs to CIA agent Mark Zuckerberg, who runs the day-to-day Facebook operation for the agency. The decorated agent, codenamed the Overlord, was recently awarded the prestigious Medal of Intelligence Commendation for his work with the Facebook program, which he has called, quote, the single most powerful tool for population control ever.
این شبکه ها به این منظور طراحی شده‌اند تا شما را تنها نگذاشته و از حقیقت دورتان کند، تا باعث ایجاد افسردگی و پخش اطلاعات غلط گردیده و باعث فتنه شود، تا اینکه عقاید شما را از بین برده و سبب گناهان کبیره شوند، و یا تا اینکه شما را از تفکر آزاد دور ساخته و حریم خصوصیتان را از بین برده و در نهایت شما را کنترل کند. طلای دقیق شیطان. وقتتان را برای ارزش های اصلی صرف کنید و نگذارید که شیطان آن را بدزدد. اطفال معصومتان را از این دام برهانید. رسول الله صلی الله علیه و سلم می فرماید زمان مرگ که زبان بسیار سنگین می شود و شما نمی توانید بگویید سبحان الله و بحمده. خیلی وقتتان را در شبکه‌های اجتماعی صرف می‌کنید و چیزی که بسیار عجیب است این است که اکثرمان در موبایل‌هایمان قرآن داریم، ولی روزها می‌گذرد و ما قرآن را باز نمی‌کنیم. ما باید بترسیم که این قرآنی که در موبایل و سیستم‌هایمان است در روز قیامت می‌آید. رسول الله صلی الله علیه و سلم در روز قیامت نزد الله متعال شکایت می‌کند: ای پروردگارم، قوم من قرآن را نادیده گرفتند، مسلمانان این کتاب را نادیده گرفتند. اگر خودتان خود را کنترل نکنید، دیگران شما را کنترل خواهند کرد. منتظر قسمت های بعدی باشید. انشاءالله ادامه دارد.